Hello! Welcome to our consent mock drama. We are asking you to watch a consent information session and critically evaluate the consent process demonstrated. The reflection focuses on three key areas. 1. Rate how well the consent discussion went. This rating scale should be on a scale of 1, poor, to 5, excellent, and justify the rating. 2. Yes or no. Did the principal investigator ensure the possible participant fully understood what the study entails? 3. Based on current knowledge, identify at least one improvement the PI could implement when obtaining consent from a potential participant.
Mrs. Smith, your 15 years of symptoms, along with your new lab work, and echo scans are back. At this time, we will be shifting our treatment and care over to the hematology floor to better help manage your diagnoses of hereditary ATTR amyloidosis or familiar amyloidosis polyneuropathy, FAP. This appointment may take some time to schedule, but someone will connect with you shortly.
After multiple late-night conversations with Dr. Google, an appointment is finally scheduled.
Welcome in, Mrs. Smith. I see we are here today to discuss your hereditary ATTR amyloidosis diagnosis. Let's jump right in then. As you may know, the standard of care treatments are limited and traditionally comprise of a liver and/or heart transplants, which can have decade-long wait lists and no guarantee for remission. However, we have a clinical trial that may give us some additional options. HTTR begins with incorrectly folded proteins that cause the increased polyneuropathy symptoms, and therefore the idea is that this research drug will help the proteins fold correctly, reducing your side effects and symptoms. This is a phase 1 trial and first in human, but we have high hopes.
Shall we consent to the trial?
Sure, if this is my last hope. Where do I sign?
Wonderful. Let me just go over some required sections and then we can skip to the last page to sign. Please note, this is voluntary, meaning you can discontinue any time. This trial will take place over 1 year. You will be randomized to either the research drug or a placebo. You will be required to return each month for blood work and dosing. Risks of being on the study include heart palpitations, nose bleeds, and other small items. Nothing to worry about. Any questions?
From what you have told me, no. Seems like a no-brainer. I just wonder why the consent is 34 pages, when the conversation only takes 2 minutes.
Regulations. It's all lawyer talk, really. This is why I skip reading it, so boring. Shall we sign?
Hello! Did you miss me? At the beginning of this drama, we asked you to critically evaluate the consent process demonstrated. The reflection focuses on 3 key areas. How do you think the principal investigator did? Pause here if you want to discuss. When ready, let's continue with part 2, the misstep. 1 year later. The doctor receives a call from the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, letting him know they will be conducting a site inspection on this HTTR trial on Monday. They expect all study documentation to be available for their review. During the inspection, the inspector sat down with the principal investigator for a formal interview after reviewing 13 of the 64 trial participants. The inspector reviewed his notes before looking up at the principal investigator.
Can you walk me through your informed consent process?
At first, the PI responded confidently, outlining what he described as a routine discussion with potential participants. But as the questioning deepened, the details began to shift. The investigator admitted that the consent visits were often brief, sometimes only a matter of minutes, despite the consent form itself spanning 34 pages. As the conversation continued, a clearer picture emerged. The PI acknowledged that he frequently summarized the document rather than reviewing it thoroughly with participants. Critical sections, including those outlining risks, were condensed or glossed over. In some cases, the risks appeared to have been minimized or framed in a way that could reduce concern. Further probing revealed that participants were not always given adequate opportunity to ask questions or fully consider their involvement. The pace of the interaction, combined with the simplified explanations, raised concerns about whether individuals truly understood what they were agreeing to. By the end of the interview, what began as a routine inquiry had uncovered troubling practices, an overly rushed consent process, potential misrepresentation of study risks, and circumstances that could be interpreted as coercive or misleading. The integrity of participant understanding, a cornerstone of ethical research, was now in question.
Based on inspectional observations, it appears that informed consent is not being obtained in accordance with 21 CFR Part 50. The consent process is conducted in a manner that is too brief to ensure adequate subject understanding, given the length and complexity of the consent document. Additionally, risks may not be fully or accurately communicated, raising concerns that consent is not truly informed. The process may also present potential for undue influence or misleading information. These observations will be listed on the FDA Form 4.8.3. You will have the opportunity to provide a written response outlining corrective actions.
The takeaway from this case: a rushed or incomplete consent process undermines ethical research. True informed consent requires time, clarity, and honesty to protect participants.